Hello, I'm Jennifer Snyder for Blitsy. Today I'm going to be decorating Prima's altered metal phone frame to make a cool piece of home decor. This is Finnabair's phone frame. It's a metal frame. It comes with a cool vintage rusty look, but I want to give it a golden glow. So I'm taking Prima's Color Blue Mist and Antique Gold, and I'm spraying the whole thing quite generously. I'm an impatient person, so I am going to use the heat tool to dry my piece and to make the golden sheen appear much quicker. But you can let it air dry if you prefer. Here's the piece after it's dried. You can see it's got a wonderful, warm, golden touch. I want to add some splashes of patina, so I'm taking Prima's Color Blue Mist in Glistening Waves, and I'm giving it some spritzes. Once again, impatient Jen can't wait, so I'm taking my heat gun and I'm going to dry it so I can keep on moving. It's time to decorate the telephone, and I'm going to start with the inside. I saved the packaging from the telephone, and I'm using that as a template. This will become the background of my telephone. Once I cut it out, I'm going to ink the edges, give it a nice warm feel and vintage look. And I glue it right to the telephone. My telephone frame is very deep, so I need to build up a photo mat. I glued several layers of cardboard together to make a thick mat. After I have my cardboard mat assembled, I'm going to take out a piece of patterned paper and mark it so I can size it to fit perfectly behind my photo. I'm inking up the edges of the patterned paper, and I'm also going to add some ink to my photo. Yeah, I think it's time to pull out the non-stick craft mat. It's much easier to do subtle inking when I'm using the craft mat. As for inking my photo, I love to do this and I love the results. If it doesn't work for you, just print off a new photo. I'm preparing my photo to put on my cardboard mat, so I'm backing the whole photo with foam adhesive. Slap the photo on and you can see how thick my cardboard mat is. I really did feel I needed the thickness of the cardboard mat so that my photo didn't get lost in the project. Here comes the fun part, the embellishing. I'm going to custom color a flower using some mist, and then I'm going to dry it with my heat gun because I'm impatient. I want to move the project along. This next embellishment took a little bit of thought for me to work it out. I wanted to add some vintage chains to my project, and I didn't know how to attach them to the metal telephone frame. So I took a piece of cardboard and I punched some holes in it with my crocodile, and I'm just lacing the chains through the holes. The cardboard serves a second purpose. It gives me a bigger surface area so that I can add flowers to my project. Now I'm going to just glue the piece of cardboard to my frame, but I'm using a really sturdy glue. I'm using the Beacon's 3-in-1. It adheres to the metal nicely. You can also see that the cardboard was a great surface for more flowers. I pulled out these cool beads. They're memory hardware beads from Prima, and I'm going to add them to the bottom of my frame. Once again, I'm using a super strong glue, one that I know will adhere to metal, so I'm choosing Beacon's 3-in-1. And then I'm going to just drop the beads in the bottom. I can't place them very well, so I use the drop method. I think I'll add a few beads to the front too, tuck them into my cluster. I love how they look. I'm so happy with it. So moving along, I have a few last finishing touches. I want to add some gold trim. I don't necessarily want to add a bow, so I thought I would take my trim and twist it in the middle and then tuck that under my cluster. I want to keep some balance to the project, so I'm taking a smaller piece of trim, like a scrap size. I'll twist that in the middle and add that to the smaller cluster. Oh yeah, I added some beads to the top of my telephone as well. There you go. I added some thin trim around the top of my phone, and I added a trinket. The trinket is Prima's Timeless Memories collection, and it adds a great pop of metal in red right to the center of the cluster. The vintage telephone frame is cool right out of the package. You can use it as a nice, gorgeous piece of home decor, or you can decorate it up, gussy it up with flowers and beads, lace, trim, whatever suits your fancy. Put a vintage photo in it or a contemporary one. It all works. Give it as a gift or keep it for yourself. I had a lot of fun decorating my vintage telephone. I hope you will too. I'm Jennifer Snyder for Blitsy. Thank you for watching, and stop by Blitsy to get your favorite products at discount prices.